Thanks for the support as a channel member, Dr. Cyandeep Das. Yeah, I think we probably do need to put a stop to the cartwheels, or at least the cartwheel practice in training. Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of us could have anticipated him breaking his back, but at least it's giving Alex Williams a go in goal. Hello and welcome to part 46 of Homegrown. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have two games for you, one in the league away against Sunderland, and then we're in the FA Cup first round on New Year's Eve. The FA Cup is broken and we're away against Ipswich in that. We've played quite a lot of games since the last episode and it's just been very, very mixed form. We seem like an upper mid-table team this year, which is what the media predicted we would be. It certainly looks like that's what we are. Well, we've hit a little bit of form recently, but even when we get a few wins in, there's still scattered weird draws and the odd defeat here and there. So this is where we sit after 26 games, 48 points on the board. And we're only 1 point outside of the playoffs with a game in hand over some of the teams in the playoff. The actual team that's 1 point ahead of us, we're not got a game in hand over. We're certainly not in the automatic promotion race. I think there's probably a good chance we surge into the playoffs in the second half of the season, as long as we keep the team together during the January transfer window, which hopefully we will. But yeah, we're not spectacular, and that's probably fine. The big news, though, as I mentioned in the intro there when I was chatting with Mrs Wearmouth, Oliver Wright, Captain Cartwheel, has a lower back stress fracture. It happened to him immediately after the last episode. Remember in the last episode where I said I'd give Alex Williams a try in the Papa John's Cup and then see where we went on from there? Well, I gave Alex Williams a try in the Papa John's Cup. The next day in training, Oliver Wright broke his back. There are rumours going around the training ground that he actually realised that there was a younger, better goalkeeper than him, and he didn't want to get dropped, so he's faking it. He's back in a couple of weeks. We'll see if he continues to fake it. But as you can see, he's now considered star rating wise to only be the second best goalkeeper at the club, because Alex Williams has had a lovely run of games. He's improving constantly. He's doing a little bit of a Mick Powell in goal. He's made his England under-19s debut. He's had his 18th birthday, and he's now played 8 league games, 10 games in total for us. And he's looking like a very good goalkeeper. If we have a look at his form, it's lovely to see a young lad getting this kind of run in the team. There you go. There's the Papa John's game I promised I'd play him in, and he's not been out of the team since. So I think he's probably our new first choice goalkeeper. I might end up chickening out and going back to Captain Cartwheel at some point, but Wright has probably got a long future of sitting on our bench ahead of him now, which, you know, if he hadn't got injured when he did, that might not have happened as soon as it has, but it might end up being, for the long term of the save and the team and Alex Williams' development, it might end up being a very, very fortuitous injury to Oliver Wright, because it really did force my hand into giving our young 5-star potential goalkeeper a try when, you know what I'm like, I would have brought him in and out of the team here and there and probably wouldn't have fully committed this season because he's too young. And now I've seen him do 10 games. I've realised he probably is ready. I mean, it's not a bad thing, is it? Oliver Wright, probably does think it is a bad thing that he broke his back, but he doesn't get a vote in this. This is about me. It's always about me. So we're away against Sunderland today. Sunderland where are they in the league? Sunderland are down in 16th place in the league. It's 2025. Sunderland are still a lower mid-table League One side. Sunderland not having a happy time in this version of the future. Why has Past Kev put Connor Roberts in the team? I mean, I'm not against it. It's another one of our youngsters. Danny Pritchard is injured. Where's Beereth is shattered. Oh, my word. There's a lot of players very, very tired. So Connor Roberts has played. He's had a game coming off the bench previously, but this will actually be his first start for us. So another one of our name in the game youngsters. He's not going to begin there as a target man. That would be absolute madness. But we'll put him in as a deep lying forward. And just it's like I've just picked the team and then abandoned the computer and not actually looked at what I've picked, which, I mean, there's every chance I just hit quick pick before going to bed last night. But let's hope that's not what Past Kev did, because I'm trusting him that this is the team he actually wants to play. Is the game even today? The game is today. We're going with this team then. So this is Sunderland away. We're going with Alex Williams in goal. About for a Frangos Charles. Oh, yeah, by the way, Batrek Piteta broke his leg. So he's out for a long time now. Andy Hall has been our regular starting left back, another 5-star potential youngster who's having a nice little run of games and playing very well. He's too tired to play today, along with a lot of our players who are very tired off the back of a busy run of games. So it's Frangos back in today with Charles, Muir and Brereton at the back, Wenton and Popon in midfield, Hamilton and Whittaker then supporting Roberts and Cannon up front. It's a very different looking team to the team that played in the last episode. You can see there's been a little bit of time that's passed. That's interesting. My new assistant manager, because of course Mark Wearmouth has now left as well, is suggesting young Alex Williams as our captain. Why not? It's his 11th game for the club and he's only just 18. He's definitely one for the future. He, we made Harrison Davies club captain at 17, I think. So it's not utterly unreasonable for Williams to be somewhere on the captain pecking order now, as he is 5-star potential, homegrown, England Youth International. He's obviously going to be one of our better players for a long, long time. And coming into the team as goalkeeper at 18 years old, with the nature of how this save is going to be, he might play more games for me than any other player ever has done before or ever will. He could play 600-700 games for us. What are the chances of us finding a better goalkeeper come through than Alex Williams? Now he's broken into the team so young. It's going to be very interesting to see how that position develops over the years. Shay Charles has just put us ahead. Look at how few people have turned up for Sunderland. They are very much languishing here in the lower leagues, and it looks like the fans have all but deserted them. There's so many gaps around the ground. Williams now playing it forward to Charles. It's back to Williams again, who this time plays it forward, looking for Connor Roberts, but can't find him. I know you're probably going to be watching Williams eagerly. I'm more interested in Connor Roberts today because I've seen Williams for 10 games. I know he's the real deal. Whereas Connor Roberts, it is his debut. There is an argument that we could have played him in as the attacking midfielder behind Cannon and finally made the switch to a 4-2-3-1, which for about 5 years now I've speculated would eventually be the long-term destination of this formation, but we've just never really had the players to be able to do it. Whereas Roberts, although he's a natural striker, he's a natural deep lying forward, and he's just as able to play as an attacking midfielder. So that could end up being the position that he carves out for himself in the team. Sunderland have grabbed an equaliser here, and they've just sliced through our makeshift defence relatively easily there. Muir, I'm fairly confident, isn't good enough for this level now. He's certainly not. I wouldn't say he's even in my top 3 centre-backs. We'd have Charles, Campbell, Davies, probably Hall and Brereton all ahead of him as potential starting centre-backs, but he's in today because of circumstances, and I think it showed up a little bit there as the gap between him and Brereton is a little bit larger than we'd probably want it to be. But 1-1 at half-time away against Sunderland. I don't care where Sunderland are in the league. Coming to a place like this and drawing is always going to be a good result for a club like us. Certainly when we're still trying to establish ourselves at this level. I think the important thing is we're not getting relegated. We've got enough points on the board to avoid that already, which means Mrs Wearmouth's going to be happy. And from here, it's just a case of, can we push on and get that next promotion? Even though that jump from League One to the Championship is one of the biggest jumps in Football Manager. It is absolutely brutal, and there's not a huge amount of money attached to it. I know as a League One fan in real life, our chairman has often said that the move from League One to the Championship is worth about £10 million to the club. I don't ever see that reflected in Football Manager. So it's usually a big jump without the big money that's attached to it in real life. That has got to be a penalty. Hamilton has been clattered there, through on goal by a man already on a yellow card. He's getting sent off 3 times for this, surely. And we've got a penalty with the chance to put us 2-1 up, 25 minutes left in this game. It's going to be Shay Charles to take for his second of the game if he can score it. And he can. It's Sunderland 1, Shay Charles 2. Lovely stuff. He's an established international now. He's played a couple of times for Northern Ireland. That's established as far as I'm concerned. He is... He's right up there. He's as good as Harrison Davies, I dare say. It's we somehow lucked into 2 very, very good defenders. And now Troy Cannon is clear. If he can convert this, that should wrap things up. He's hit the inside of the post. And then we've had another comedy own goal. Now, I've seen 2 of these in videos now, a couple more off video. I've seen them on Twitter. This seems to be the new comedy goalkeeping nonsense that we've got as part of the new FM21 winter update. Defenders clearing the ball into back of goalkeepers. We should make a compilation of it because it's happening far too often. I'm not complaining about it now, but I'm already feeling, 3-4 days into the winter update, that we're seeing that a little bit too often. It's the sort of thing that you would expect to see once a game cycle. I've seen it 3 times this week, at least. Right, Cissé's going to come on for Brewerton. We're going to take off Hamilton. Redmond can come on for him. And we're also going to take off Whittaker. And we're going to bring Nathan Curry on for him. We're going to shuffle the midfield around a little bit. Wentin can go out there. In fact, we're going to do this. There we go. So we're going to make him, he's going to be the ball winning midfielder in the middle. Wentin is going to get further forward. In fact, we want him on this side doing that. So he's going to be the Mazzala over here. Popon is then going to be the playmaker. Roberts is going to be in there as an attacking midfielder. And then Redmond can push up top where he can play as... Actually, we might leave him as a deep line forward. I've never played him as a deep line forward before. But let's give him a try as a deep line forward. And we're going to go back to an old LOLLUJO classic, the 4-3-1-2. We're running low on wingers again, but we've got a lot of quality in central midfield and some very good strikers as well. And with Connor Roberts as an attacking midfielder, he's definitely an option when it comes to maybe rethinking things a little bit tactically. And Marco Wentin, he's been playing as a Mazzala for about 4 seconds when he gets much further forward than we usually see him, gets on the end of the cross, and it went in. I mean, brilliant stuff. I missed the opportunity. Remember when he scored a couple of goals from the right wing a few years ago, and the comment section was full of people saying, Kev, you missed the went in pun. I've had that one locked and loaded ever since. I was never missing it again. And we managed to deliver it just there. I love being able to deliver high quality puns. You know by now, that's pretty much why I do Football Manager content, just so that I've got an excuse to make puns and call it a job. The important thing, though, we've come to Sunderland. We've absolutely smashed, and that's the best we've played for a long time. Now, I know Sunderland went down to 10 men and gifted it to us a little bit, but as soon as they did, we made them pay, which was very, very pleasant. And now we've got Ipswich in a couple of days' time, FA Cup first round. If it goes well, we could have a lot of FA Cup games in quick succession, because the third round, I presume, is still going to be taking place in early January, and we've still not played our first round game, even though everyone else has. I don't really know how ours has been so delayed when it's not like we've been, I don't know, have Ipswich been playing in something else? No, we've just both been playing league games. It could have been slotted in anywhere, but for some reason, it was put here. Weirdly. Lots of players have returned to fitness for the Ipswich game, so big changes to the team that played against Sunderland. We're going with Williams again in goal. A back four of Hall, Davies, Campbell and Cisse. Curry and Bandera in midfield. Hamilton and Redmond supporting Cannon and Jessup up front. That's a lot of changes to make for a game, but we have got some very tired players, and these games are coming very, very close together over this Christmas period. So I know we've just put 4 goals past Sunderland away from home. Logic dictates, don't change a winning team. We didn't change a winning team. We'd just be playing with a broken team within 10 minutes of the start of the game. So there's a lot of players who were rested for that Sunderland game with the FA Cup in mind. Those boys are now back. There'd be no logic behind not playing the likes of Davies, for example, and Curry for such a big game. Redmond now, trying to get something going in midfield, plays it back to Bandera, who plays the ball over the top for Jessup, who's trying to chase, but can't quite get onto it. It's the Jessup and Cannon partnership again today, which we had to use for quite a lot of the second half of last season, because we had both Beerith and Pritchard injured at the same time. Quite a similar situation to what we've got now. It's a bit frustrating having 2 target men who we can't really justifiably play them both at this level. I know we did a little bit lower down the pyramid, but these days we can't really get away. Oh, what a save. What a double save from Williams. Oliver Wright, if you're watching, I'm sorry. You're done. Did you just see that? That was ridiculous. I don't even remember what I was talking about, because we've just seen 2 absolute world-class saves from Alex Williams. Future England goalkeeper, maybe? Who knows? that was absurdly good. I know I've said that he'd been playing well and he looked like the real deal. I hadn't seen a single save, never mind a double save like that. When that first one-handed save, the boy's got strong wrists. Excellent work from Alex Williams. What is less excellent is the rest of the team not really getting anything going further forward. We've not had a shot on target yet in this first half, and Ipswich are definitely causing us problems. And with our financial situation the way it is, a cup run is kind of crucial to financial success. And financial success obviously then feeds into on-the-field success, because if we're struggling financially, we have to sell our best young players. And considering this save is all about developing good young players, we really don't want to have to sell more of them like we did with Curry, like we did with Hodgkinson. We've got Williams. I'm looking at him thinking, please nobody take him away from us. I'm looking at Harrison Davies and think that every summer or every transfer window, we're about to enter the January transfer window. I think in real life, bearing in mind this is an FA Cup game, so the highlights get on the telly, like proper telly, not just Sky, proper telly. I think in real life, Williams as an England under-19 international, having made that double save on the telly, being 18 years old, I think he goes to a Premier League club in real life in January for £2, £3, £4 million, and we're not able to stop it from happening. Now, that's not going to happen in game for two reasons. Reason number one, clubs do seem to be a little bit slow to react to that kind of thing. We've just seen the dodgy own goal again, I think. It wasn't quite the hitting it back into the back of the goalkeeper, but it's still, these own goals are weirdly common since this new update. Ball bouncing back off stuff. That's hit the back of the goalkeeper and their defender. So weird. But yeah, I don't think clubs are proactive enough when it comes to signing young players like that. So I don't think we'll even get an offer for him because he's not played very many games. But also, I think if we do get an offer for him, it's not going to be anywhere near that kind of value. Because again, we've not ever had an offer anywhere near that kind of value. The biggest offer we've ever had was the 575,000, not million, that we turned down for Zach Redmond in the summer. I'm talking of Redmond. I think he probably needs to come off. See, we don't really have wide players on the bench, so I'm thinking we go to a diamond again. But at the same time, I'd like to get Pritchard or Beereth on. And I'm trying to work out how I do it. First step is you get Connor Roberts in, so you can do that. And then the only other, because we've got to get Hamilton off as well, it's got to be Wentin coming on there. And then we put Curry in. We're not going full diamond, we're doing this. We'll put Curry in there again. Wentin is going to do that again. And then Bandera can go a little bit further forward. And we'll do that. It's not ideal. But Harrison Davies was tired, so Muir had to come on as well. Otherwise, Beereth or Pritchard would be coming on up front. But we've got to think in terms of fitness. And we're going to encourage, because encouraging seems to be working really, really well post-update. We've done it a little bit with Arsenal recently in that save, and it's had an impact using the encourage button. So if you haven't tried the encourage button, I encourage you to give it a go. Well, it's not worked at all there because we've just conceded a screamer from a set piece, and this doesn't bode well for the potential cup run that we were hoping to go on. It's a lovely hit from the Ipswich player, but it's really not what we needed at this stage of the game and at this stage of our development as a club. Campbell trying to head it clear, but doesn't get past the Ipswich. Oh, Williams. Oh, he did so well in the first half. He might have just guaranteed he can stay at the club long term, because on that same TV highlights, he's gone and done that, bless him. He's 18. We'll let him get away with stuff like this. I'm going to cut him more slack than I normally would a goalkeeper. I mean, I'm certainly going to take into account the saves he made early on, but he's just flapped at that and misjudged it. Well, that's us out of the FA Cup, which potentially, I mean, we saw a few years ago how much money we made from Manchester City away. A cup run could have cleared our debts. Yeah, we've not had a cup run. The debts are not going to be cleared. It's another good save from Williams there. He's still raw. He's still very young. He'll get better with time. He's definitely got the talent in there to make the saves, but I think he probably needs to just up the concentration, composure stuff that is going to come with age and experience. We're going to lose a few games and concede a few goals we perhaps shouldn't have done while we pursue him, while we persist with him. But I think it'll be worth it in the long run. I hope it'll be worth it in the long run. I mean, by tomorrow, you know full well Oliver Wright's going to be back in the team, because that'll happen and I'll forget all of this sensible talk that I've got now. I'll forget all the good moments and it'll be like, he just missed a cross. Captain Cartwheel, come and play another 100 consecutive games for us. I've met me. You lot are familiar with my work. Right, we are now going to go through. Now we've not got an FA Cup run to track, which was what I was hoping to do. We'll probably just get through the January transfer window, hopefully survive that, come back in early February, and we'll know then what the plan is for the rest of the season. Are we looking for promotion? Are we just playing out a mid-table season and getting ready to go again next year? But priority one now, survive the January transfer window without losing any of our key players. Crystal Palace are still in for Harrison Davies. They were persistently coming in for him in the summer. Likewise, they wanted Zach Redmond. There's now 13 clubs in for Zach Redmond. I wonder if we're going to be able to keep him. Troy Cannon is attracting interest. Tommy Jessup is attracting interest. Even Muir attracting interest. Wentin, Pritchard. I mean, there's a lot of our players who've got interest from other clubs. We've got to survive January and then regroup from there. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.